Welcome back. This is a tutorial on proxies and the creating proxy workflow. Okay, so say for example you've shot stuff in a 6K or 8K or 4K environment, and now you have to start working with this stuff, but you only work on a laptop. So you find that the footage, especially if you're working on an external drive, it's kind of laggy like this. It might even be worse than this. I'm working on my home powerful computer, and this is a 4.5K image. So what can we do? How can we help this? Well, the answer is if we create low resolution proxies, we can work so much faster and the process is much smoother. But we have to do a few things first. So take a look here. Here's my clip, 4.5K, and it's a little bit laggy. Now, here's my toggle proxy toggle proxy icon. If I click it, yeah, it's actually on right now. There are no proxies, so it doesn't show me anything. If you don't see this button, what you have to do is you have to click here on the button editor, find the toggle proxies button, click, drag, and drop it onto your button panel. And that goes with all of these buttons. Anyway, once we create the proxies later on, we can just toggle this on to work with the proxy or toggle it off to work with the native stuff. So let's start creating a proxy. Now, there are some proxies already made or some presets made up by default. So if I right click and I choose proxy create proxies, you can see here that under these presets, you probably don't have this top one, you'll have all of these other presets, but some of these are weird sizes. So they also don't have a watermark, which I like to have so I know that I'm working with a proxy at first glance. So what this means is we have to create this we have to create an encoding preset as well as an ingest preset. So let's go about doing that. So the first thing we want to do is go into Adobe Media Encoder. Now, in Adobe Media Encoder, it is basically like the Swiss Army knife of codecs and formats. So it lets us do a lot of different stuff. Now, what we want to do is make sure that our preset browser is turned on. And here is our preset browser. Now, under the preset browser, we want to click on this plus sign, create new preset. So I'll click on that. And now we want to start first with the encoding preset. So let's choose that. Click encoding preset. Now it takes us to this dialog box. The next thing we want to do is choose the format. Let's make it a QuickTime. Based on preset, let's base it on GoPro Cineform YUV 10-bit. We're going to change a little bit of this, but that's basically it. Export video, export audio is turned on. Cool. The video codec, yep, GoPro Cineform. It's pretty good for, it works on PCs and Macs, but Apple just announced that they are going to discontinue the support for this. So if that happens, if you don't see GoPro Cineform in your list, just ask me and I can give you a different alternate codec. But for now, GoPro Cineform is going to work great. Turn the quality down to low or to 1 because we want to be working with proxies, not high quality files. Uncheck this width and make sure that this link is turned off, and let's enter in 1280 by 720. Excellent. Now we also want to uncheck these, choose the frame rate, whatever one you're editing in. I'm going to choose 23.976. We're scanning at progressive, and most aspect ratios or most cameras shoot at square pixels. I'm going to leave it at YUV 10 bits per channel. All right, very good. Under Effects tab, click. I'm going to go down to Image Overlay and select Image Overlay. And I'm going to choose this. I am probably going to provide you a file. It is this Adobe Proxy logo file. So it should be provided along with this tutorial. I'm going to choose that. I'm going to make it go at the bottom right, so it'll appear at the bottom right of the file. But this way I'll always know that I'm working with a proxy. I won't be confused about you know, working in the proxy or the full scale image. All right, so now that we've done that, let's name this setting. I want to call this, let's call this, what can we call it? Let's call it Cineform. Let's call it 1280 by 720 quality 1 waster? No. Watermark. You can call it whatever you wish, but this way I know at a glance the size, the codec, the quality, and that it has a watermark. So I'll press OK. And there it is. Under our user presets and groups, we have this new encoding preset, but we still have to create an ingest preset. It's confusing, I know, but just the way Adobe works. So step 2, now choose ingest preset. Now we want to make sure that the transcode files to destination is checked. We want to choose the format to QuickTime. And there we go. We want to make sure our preset, our encoding preset, is the one that's chosen. Now let's name this preset Cineform 1280 by 720 quality 1 watermark. All right. Okay. Please choose a destination. Okay, you can just choose anything. It doesn't matter. What's going to happen up here is going to be a thing. This doesn't matter. You'll see what I mean. You'll have to choose something, but it will become a moot point. So press OK. There we go. Now that we've got this watermark set up, we want to, oh, I should have named it differently for you guys as encoding. I wonder if I can rename it. This one is watermark. Let's call this one watermark ingest. That way we know which one is the ingesting and we know which one is the encoding. It matters because right now what we have to do is right click on it, reveal the preset file. This is important. So it shows me now that it has this EPR file buried deep in my computer. On a Mac, I don't know where this is going to go, so just make a note of where it is and don't close this box because you're going to need to enter this later. If you're on a PC like me, I can just select the address, Command A to select all, Command C to copy it. And I'll just minimize it because we're going to need this location in a bit. All right, cool. Now that we've created that, let's go into Adobe Premiere. Okay, so this is the file that I want to create a proxy for. So I right-click, Proxy, Create Proxy. All right, so here's our proxy. It's got the one I want marked. And remember when I told you about that media? Oh wait, we want to add the ingest preset. I want to Command V. I want to add this EPR file, my ingest preset. That's right. Open. There. I had already done this before, so that's why it was already showing up. So that's why we have to do that. So one more time, add ingest preset and go to where those EPR files are residing and then select it and you're okay. And then you should have, wow. There we go. Make sure that the next to original media and proxy folder is selected. This is what overrides that location I told you was a moot point earlier. Press OK. Okay, so what it's doing is in the media encoder, it's creating a proxy job. So what this means is that it's creating that file at a lower resolution so that you can begin to work with it. So let's just see what's going on. I've got a lot of windows open. All right, so Hopefully this should be working okay with you. I just want to go through the steps while this works. So all of that is right here. The next step is in Media Encoder makes the proxies. In the record window, toggle the proxies button on, and you should see when you click the button, it will show you the Adobe logo. And that should be it. So I'm going to pause the video here while I wait for the proxy to be created, and this will stop the video. Alright, so that took a little bit longer than I thought, but it's finished. I can see the green check mark, so I can close this down. Now, if this has worked correctly, I should just be able to toggle this, and I should see the Adobe logo happen. So 3, 2, 1, click. Yeah, there's my proxy. It's altered the size because the size is not the same. Mine was shot as a 239 wide screen aspect ratio, and the size that we have for the proxy isn't exactly the same. So I'm okay with that. That's a good general setting. It's just that for this one particular clip, I shot it very widescreen. So I'm okay with that. I can work with this. It is going to be so much smoother. Look at that. There's no skipping. It handles it easily. So, and I know just at first glance, I'm working with the proxy. So all of a sudden, now any of those big 4K clips, I can cut much easier and smooth like butter. Be aware, however, that it doesn't really show up in your list. It doesn't say a proxy's there. Do you understand? There's nothing to indicate I have a proxy except for, oh, you should be, no, that's okay. But if you do want to navigate to where the proxies are, check this out. We right click, we go to Reveal in Explorer, and it shows me where the proxies live. So this is the original clip, and remember how we said it's going to be created next to it? So beside the clip that it's creating, it makes a proxy folder. So here is that 1280 by 720 low quality clip that we made. It's right here. So yeah, anyway, I'm a really big fan of this workflow, especially nowadays that a lot of people are shooting with 4K footage and higher. This can help you edit much faster and is a crucial part of media management and the editing workflow. Anyway, I hope this has helped you out, and with that, I am going to end recording.